The only way that we can encounter Jesus is in our actual life. And maybe that is obvious, but I think that's something we always struggle with. I struggle still with a sense of kind of monastic fantasy, for sure, that I feel that I would know Jesus more or walk with Jesus more profoundly if my life had long periods of contemplation, silence, if I was, Mother Teresa among the poorest of the poor. The temptation there is that we sort of dream of what it will be like to seek Jesus or to be formed by Jesus and never learn to instantiate that in the actual life we live. So formation has to begin with the actual context we have, the frustrations we have, the limits we have, the vocations we have. And often, we kind of know that, but what that feels like often is disappointing or not enough or like we're screwing it up or like God is somewhere else out there in a different sort of life and not waiting for me in the actual day that I have with traffic and a headache. But the only place to meet Jesus is in those moments that seem quotidian and that seem difficult. That's where God is waiting for us. I think we need to sort of give up on the fantasy of spiritual formation to actually walk in spiritual formation. And that's going to look really different. It's taking these practices and applying it to your own body and your own life and your own family. That's just going to look really different for someone who, for instance, does an overnight shift in the ER versus someone who's retired versus someone who's a school teacher or has little kids. That is the place, that is the only cell that I have to pray in, like a monk would pray in their cell, is in like the chaotic life that I've been actually given. And so that is the place of encounter with Jesus for me. And I have to figure out what these practices look like in my actual life, or I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss Jesus and the way that he's meeting me in this like exhaustion and child jumping on me at 5:30 in the morning.